Hello again, everybody. It's Todd Staruch, the horror nerd here. I am at the Ritz Theater in Scranton, Pennsylvania for a special screening of the new movie from Showtown America Pictures called Bitter Souls. I am really looking forward to this, and I have the absolute pleasure of standing here, well, or we'll find out about that.
The pleasure.
The pleasure of standing here with the star of the movie, Michael Hargrove. Michael, how are you?
I wish I were the star. I'm supporting actor. I'm good. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too, man. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah.
And I had the pleasure of doing the exclusive announcement that you were going to be in this movie. That was not that long ago.
No. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. And I'm glad to be back in Scranton. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. So, as I understand, you have not yet seen the completed film.
No, I tried to see it. Nobody would send me a copy, so I had to come to Scranton to see it. They didn't pay my ticket, by the way.
Wow. So, Michael, what was your favorite memory of this shoot?
Oh, God. Just working with everybody, the cast, crew, director, the actors. Just the entire process of it was fun. Putting together Emmanuel's character and everything else. As a whole, I think the film is going to be good.
I think so.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question about your character of Emmanuel. How much of yourself did you imbue into that character?
Emmanuel just came to me. I read the script a couple of months before we shot it, and I think it just came to me once I came with the dialect. Emmanuel's dialect came from deep within, and with the help of Tom Ryan, who was the director, it showed his face.
Awesome. Now, I always love to ask this question because it's always about 50-50, what I hear. Now, you were in Jordan Peele's Candyman.
Yes.
And here you are in another horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
Are you yourself a horror film fan?
Yes.
Okay, so moving on.
Everyone knows, if you know me, you know I'm a sci-fi buff, but I actually am starting to enjoy the genre of horror. I've seen more horror films now than I have in years, but more or less, I think if anything, it's fun. It's where you get your jollies from. Working with cast and crew that has a focus of what the film is going to be is the most important thing. It doesn't have to be sci-fi, horror, or whatever, or a soap opera, but we'll see.
So I think we talked about this in the last interview, but I don't know if I asked you this. What is your I know you're a big sci-fi fan. Yeah. What's your go-to sci-fi movie?
You know, it's Blade Runner.
Nice.
It's the director's cut, the original, not the other piece, but the original.
Is Decker a replicant?
Yeah, I'll leave that for the audience to determine.
Fantastic. Michael, one last question before I let you go. What do you have coming up next? Any new project you're working on? Well, maybe if I'm lucky enough, I can sit next to you and watch the movie. I don't know. I know you're a big star.
Well, I did open a film. It was actually premiered in Austin, the Fantastic Fest. It was What Happened to Dorothy Bell. That hasn't been released yet. We're trying to find a distributor for that. And in the future, I'm open for options.
Options are good. Michael, any last words for the fans out there before we attend your screening of Bitter Souls?
Whenever you can, wherever it's streaming, see it. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a historic piece. It's going to be one of those pieces. It's going to be a Rocky Horror. It's going to be fabulous. And is the producer here? I think I get paid for that.
Wow. Bold predictions here from Michael Hargrove. Michael, thank you again for a few minutes. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, at least that's what I say on camera. Michael Hargrove, everybody, here at the screening of Bitter Souls at the Ritz in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I'm Todd the Horror Nerd signing off. We'll see all of you in the next interview. I have the pleasure of standing here with Assistant Director Katie Mangan. Katie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am excited to see the movie with everybody. I really am. It's a lot of fun. I know the director. I know Michael. I know a lot of the people involved. So I'm really stoked to see this movie. So how did you come to be involved?
So I've worked with previous people from other aspects of NEPA film and theater, and I moved into the assistant director role, which is crazy. I'm typically a theater director, so moving into this film aspect with a film director, it's been nice. I feel like I'm trying to bridge both worlds. So while the first AD should be the timekeeper, keeping the train on the tracks, Tom and I developed a very clear understanding of where he wanted to spend more time on certain aspects of the film that were key points. He's like, if you give me 20 minutes on this film part that should be maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, I'll cut back here and there. And I was like, all right, but like the train on the tracks, right? Come on, we have to go. And he was like, listen, this makes it. And trusting his guidance and having that great connection of like, I get your vision was so, so important. So I felt like I was really, really good about keeping all of our items in check, making sure everybody was happy, making sure all things were kept in the time frame. However, giving him some creative freedom was really, really important to me too. And I think you'll see it in the film for sure.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Now, you mentioned you're a theater director. What did you find was your biggest challenge or biggest difference between directing live theater and directing film?
Oh, for sure. It's absolutely that. In theater, we have to be so large, right? So the audience is far away. It's slow to kind of deliver to you. So we're so, so big and vibrant in theater, where movies have to be a little bit smaller. And just kind of those subtleties and casual moments add up to so much more. Tom was very, very gracious in letting me stage a couple things for him, and moments where I felt like I could lend a hand with choreography or just the way things were placed. We worked so, so well together, and he is the most modest person in the room. He is happy.
Wait. Whoa. We're talking about the same Tom Ryan.
I'm talking about.
Wow. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
How about this? He's modest when I'm around because he lets me.
Just walked in.
He lets me. He lets me provide my opinion when I feel like I can provide something about the, form or structure or the flow of something. And he's like, you know what? That makes sense. And so I say he's modest because he opens himself up to other collaborative opportunities, and that for me is a great director.
Wow, very cool. One last question for you. Do you have a favorite anecdote or maybe a funny moment from the shoot that you could share with us?
Oh, good Lord.
Narrow it down to one.
There are so many. We were super lucky to film at the local drive-in. I will tell you hands down, Tom is the worst golf cart driver I've ever been near.
I've driven with him. I am aware.
And I have two teens who are like on the cusp of driving, so I have seen some bad golf cart driving, and there's nothing that compares to this moment. He was very adamant that we're going to make it up this hill. And I'm like, I don't know. He goes, do you think we can do it, Katie? I go, I don't know. He goes, we're going to try. And he guns it. And all I know is that the rest of the group was behind us, and they were like, oh, until they heard, woo! And they knew that we made it up and over. I briefly lost my phone, but I will tell you, it is hands down my favorite but most reckless moment of this journey.
That is the best. Thank you for sharing that with us. Katie, thank you so much. It was a pleasure spending a few minutes with you. Congratulations on finishing the movie. I can't wait to see it.
Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you. Katie Mangan, everybody, assistant director. Hello again, everybody. It's Todd Staruch, the horror nerd, here at the Ritz Theater in Scranton, Pennsylvania, for a special screening of the new horror movie starring Michael Hargrove, Bitter Souls. I am standing here with director Tom Ryan. Director, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Tom, how are you?
Interviewer. I'm doing well.
I'm a professional, everybody. So, Tom, congratulations on finishing the film. What are your initial thoughts about being here now with the cast and crew and a bunch of other people from the movie as we get ready to watch it all together?
It's my favorite part of the process. Yeah, sharing it with everybody that worked so hard on it, seeing what we put together. It's fun for me because I also edited the film, and so I've seen it, of course, a million times, but I know that they haven't, and I know that there's stuff that I can't wait for them to see, and see a lot of our actors to see themselves on screen, our special effects artists to see the work that they did, and just for everybody to see how it came together. It's the most exciting part of the entire production process for me, is always the after party, the first screening initially for everybody to see it. So yeah, super excited about that.
Awesome. So, Tom, you and I have worked on several projects together, and there's a bunch of stuff I've seen of yours that you've done. What is something about this particular shoot that stands out in your mind?
It's probably the biggest production I've ever worked on, I think. Probably the highest budget film I've ever worked on. Most of the stuff that we've done was kind of self-funded, or we've had some investors involved. This is the biggest, highest production budget that we've worked with. So that's interesting. It's the first time I actually got to work with Michael, which was great. And just a lot of fun, and just all the actors and everybody that I got to work with. Like most of the stuff that we've worked on, we know how to have a good time on set and enjoy the process. But it was interesting coming out of New Jersey and shooting in another state with another crew. Nobody that was really, people that I had worked with previously. So I had my reservations about that, and not because of anything to reflect on them, but just the fact that these were people I'd never worked with before. I didn't really know what to expect. But at the end of the day, just kind of looking back at all of it, it was a great experience, a lot of fun. And, for me, every project is about growing and learning and just doing better than your last one. And I think that's a mission accomplished on this.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to ask you the same question. You're not allowed to say anything about golf cart shenanigans. Do you have a favorite moment or anecdote from the shoot that stands out in your mind that you'd like to share with us?
There's a few incredibly,
or that you were allowed to tell us without getting into any trouble.
Yeah. We had a scene where we were pulling a head out of a bag, and it was very interesting the first time we tried to shoot the scene, and hopefully you'll get an interview with our special effects artist Lynn on that one, because it was kind of a funny story, but we were all a little bit taken aback by that, and we had to think on our feet. And I know that you just previously did an interview with Kate, and she was there. She was there with me when we were trying to tackle this huge obstacle that we had to tackle. And I'm trying not to give away too much from the movie, but we successfully corrected the issues that we had with that. But it was a pretty funny moment, because I think that we were not kind of aware of what was going to happen when we first did the gag, and it was actually pretty funny, and then caused us a lot of stress later on. But that was there was a ton of funny moments on this film. We shot it in 10 days. There was a lot of pressure on us, and we were shooting nights. The majority of this film was shot entirely at night. And so there was a lot of thinking on our feet for this one. So yeah, it was certainly a challenge, but a lot of fun memories from it, a lot of funny stories came from it. Yeah.
Awesome. Before I let you go, Tom, any final words you'd like to share with the fans out there about Bitter Souls?
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoys it. I think it's a real entertaining film. We had a lot of fun making it. My favorite films, always growing up as a kid, watching horror movies, were not necessarily the ones that really gave me chills, but it was the ones that really left me entertained, wanting more, wanting a sequel, the ones that you talk to your friends about constantly, about all the cool stuff that happened in the movie. And I think this is one of the ones that we delivered. I think it's going to kind of go down as a real fun and entertaining movie. And the feedback that we're getting so far from people that have seen it is that they really do enjoy it. Yeah.
Awesome. Tom,
thank you,
thanks again, buddy. Congratulations on another completed film. I can't wait to watch it with everybody. I get just as excited. So, Tom Ryan, everybody, director of Bitter Souls. Todd Staruch, the horror nerd, signing off here at the Ritz Theater. We're about to screen Bitter Souls in a few minutes, and we will see all of you in the next interview. Hello again, everybody. It's Todd Staruch, the horror nerd, here at the Ritz Theater in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We are about to screen the new horror movie, Bitter Souls. I am here talking to a bunch of cast and crew. I'm getting very excited, and it's always a pleasure for me to get to meet people who make movies as a filmmaker myself, to see and hear their insights and find out what makes them excited. So I literally just forgot your last name, so why don't you just tell everybody and your involvement in the film?
Well, I'm Lynn Griffin Jr. I was the special effects and makeup artist for the film. There we go.
All right. So is makeup and effects, have you been involved in that for a long time?
About 10 years I've been involved in special effects makeup, but this film taught me a lot more about the FX side of the special effects makeup. It was a big challenge, if you would say.
Fantastic. How did you decide to get into this business?
Well, I received a call about the project, and they gave me a little bit of a snippet on what it was about and asked if I'd be remotely interested, and I'm a horror person, so I couldn't say no. That would go against everything that I've ever done. And I said yes, and next thing you know, we started the calls and got things rolling.
Fantastic. So I just spent a few minutes with director Tom Ryan, and he intimated that there was some funny scene about a head and a bag or something. So without giving too much away, what can you tell us about that?
Well, I learned a very valuable and humbling lesson that some effects are good to have, like static prop effects versus having something you need a live person for. That's all I'm going to say on that aspect. It was an interesting lesson to learn that certain things need to just be done live.
Fair enough. What, just overall, as a makeup and effects artist, what do you find are your biggest challenges when working on a new project?
I was mostly a horror makeup artist. Then they told me that I needed to do a beauty makeup on Avaryana Rose. Not a big beauty makeup, so I had to learn how to do beauty makeup real quick. It wasn't that hard on her. She was great. And just a new trick I picked up on set, and next thing you know, I had to do it for the entire film. But then blending the two to make like a dead beauty, that was more of a challenge, because not only does she have to look like she's dead and going after people, but she also has to look pretty while doing it.
I can't wait to see that. That sounds pretty awesome. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that looks like.
I am too. I've only seen one scene I saw, and that made me super excited to see the rest of the film.
I'm going to be honest, this is exciting for me to get to see everybody's reaction to the movie. I didn't know that most of you have not seen the film yet, so this is pretty cool for me as well.
Oh yeah, they've kept it away from all of us, so not even in our crew emails or anything. We've gotten a still here and there, but Tom has been keeping everything secret.
Yeah.
That's cool. Any final words before I leave you be, like to share with the fans?
As far as, come see the movie. It's going to be great. That's what am I getting paid for that one? All right. Well, take it back. For anyone out there that wants to get into it, if you can dream it, you can do it. Don't set your own boundaries. I've learned a lot from doing this film, and just don't limit yourself to one thing. Make yourself as open and ready to go and do anything that you're asked of. So have fun, create some more horror flicks, let the blood flow.
I love it. Those are some great words. I appreciate it. Lynn, thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate it. I really look forward to watching the movie with you.
I can't wait to see it.
Fantastic. Hello again, everybody. It's Todd Strouch, the Horror Nerd, here at the Ritz Theater in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I am about to attend a special screening of the brand new horror movie, Bitter Souls, by director Tom Ryan, with star Michael Hargrove. I am having an absolute blast standing here, interviewing some cast and crew from the movie, and I'm standing here with Mr. Chuck Yarmy. Chuck, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. Tell us your role in the movie.
So I'm the production designer, so I'm responsible for the overall look of the film. So wardrobe and hair and makeup and the art department, they're all under the production design. So, just in talking with the producers and the director, we came up with the overall look of how this film came out. So that's my basic job.
Very cool. It's, as we all know, that is a very important job to give us the look and the feel of the film. Where did you draw your inspiration for this particular film?
Actually, a lot of the inspiration did come from Ed McKeever, who is one of the writers and one of the producers from Tampa. They wrote a very good script with a lot of what they wanted to see. And just did a little research based on that, and ran it by the producers and the director, ran it past Tom, and everybody liked what we came up with, and it's pretty creepy. It came out really well, and we shot it in 10 days, and it was definitely guerrilla filmmaking. We really dove into it, and ironically enough, and I don't know if this was mentioned yet, but most of the movie takes place at night, and we shot it like in June 21st, around that area, when we have the shortest nights of the year. So It was we were waiting for the sun to go down every night, but we pulled it off, and it looks really good. It came out really great.
Awesome. So the lighting challenges, like you said, the daytime, nighttime. Would you say that was your biggest challenge in the movie, or is there something else that comes to mind?
No, I'd say that was pretty much one of the biggest challenges. Thankfully, we shot at the Circle Drive-In, and we shot a lot in the woods back there, so it got a little darker a little bit earlier because of the woods. We did have one challenge. The one night there was a whippoorwill that was following us around all night, and I actually recorded it on my phone because everywhere we went, just because of our lights, I guess, it was following us around. So our audio person had to edit out the sound of a whippoorwill just constantly for hours following us around through the whole film. So it's kind of funny, but it was a challenge to deal with.
Challenges of indie filmmaking, man.
Exactly.
Chuck, before I let you go to enjoy the premiere, any final words you'd like to share about Bitter Souls with the fans?
Just it's a great movie. I hope everyone somehow sees it once it comes out on streaming services and tells their friends about it. For an independent film, and again for the amount of time it took us to shoot this, it came out really, really good, and the team that we had was fantastic, and I hope we all work together again in the future. So please spread the word and see Bitter Souls.
Awesome. Chuck, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time. I appreciate it. I look forward to watching the movie with you.
Thank you.
Chuck Yarmy, everybody, here at the premiere of Bitter Souls at the Ritz Theater in Scranton. All right, hello again, everybody. It's Todd Struch, the horror nerd, here at the Ritz Theater in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We are about to attend a special screening of the new horror movie, Bitter Souls, with director Tom Ryan, star Michael Hargrove. I have the pleasure of standing here with a bunch of cast and crew from the movie, and it's just making me more and more juiced to see it. Sir, tell us your name and your involvement in the movie.
Hi, I'm Rick Jones, and my involvement was a demonic dancer in the dream sequence.
Ooh, demonic dancer, and there you are, you look like a demonic dancer.
Well, I feel like one today.
Awesome. Is this your first motion picture you've been in?
It is. It's very exciting. The experience was great, and I hope to keep on doing it.
So being that it's your first movie, what was sort of your biggest surprise about what it's like to being in a movie?
The hard work everybody puts into it. Just seeing how they set up, just a scene set up, how much work you put into it. 'Cause it is, and just the little things really matter. So it was a good experience to see that.
What I hear from a lot of people is that it's a lot of hurry up and wait, because like you said, with the setup and everything.
The waiting process was a long time. I think the dream sequence with the stage, with the band and all that, I think it was like 4 or 5 hours just sitting there waiting. So, but it was well worth it. I think a lot of people enjoy seeing this.
Awesome. So one last question. Did you catch the acting bug? Are you interested in being in something else now?
Yeah, I'm a musician from the area. I have 3 albums and all that, and I'm in the entertainment business, but this is something I really wanted to do since I was a kid. So if I can keep on doing this, I'm going to, believe me.
Awesome. And you really do look the part. This is cool. I love the contacts and the fangs and everything. Sir, one more time, your name for the fans?
My name is Rick Jones.
All right, awesome. Rick, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time. I look forward to watching the movie with you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
My name is Mike Zellner. I played Martial Law, one of the demon clowns. It was great. I had a great time.
Awesome. Was this your first acting experience?
Absolutely, it was. It was my small part. I had a very small part in it, but I learned a lot from being part of this film. Just the process and everything. It was exciting to be part of. And I live like an hour and a half away from where they were filming, and I had no problem driving up here every night for the filming. It was awesome.
I've been hearing that from everybody, from the star all the way down to the extras. What a great time they had. What was it that gave you that feeling, about this production? How did people make you feel about being on the set?
Well, I was a professional wrestler for 26 years, and in wrestling, it's a family, and as soon as I walked in, nobody knew me except for the wrestlers. And as soon as I walked in, I was part of the family on set, which was cool because nobody knew me. And, I always loved that feeling in wrestling, and you get that in this business too, and that's awesome. And I can't wait to be part of another one.
Awesome. That's what I'm hearing from everybody is we got the bug now. Now we want to do it again. So just one last question before I let you go. I see everybody streaming in here, getting ready to go in and enjoy the movie. Is there a particular moment or funny anecdote from the shoot that sticks in your mind that you could share with us?
When when they're shooting one of the scenes, that was in the military, so hurry up and wait. So when you're trying to place everybody in the right place, the hurry up and wait, you had a scene where people had to stay where they fell, and they were there for like 20 or 30 minutes, and it was just funny seeing everybody just laying all over the place, like bodies all over the floor. To me, that's funny, but I don't know, maybe someone else is not. But to me, I find that funny.
Awesome. Sir, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time. I'm glad you had a great time on the movie. I'm looking forward to watching it with everybody.
My name's Herb Legeri. I play the Night Prowler, one of the circus clown wrestlers, and when I was brought into it, I was asked that if I can bring in a bunch of other wrestlers, so we want this epic fight scene to happen at the end. And so I got on the phone, I called a bunch of my family, and I was like, but you know what? I needed 6 people. I made 6 phone calls.
That was fantastic.
And this is something like I always wanted to do. Like, I was in the pro wrestling world. Unfortunately, I got into a bad accident which ended that world for me. So this is like a new way to express myself, to get out there and still entertain people. So, I mean, this was really, really cool for me.
Awesome. Is this the first film you've been in?
This is the first motion picture. Through security, how I met Ed McKeever, who ran Atlantic City. We worked a lot together, and that's how I got brought into this, is through him. And he just gave me a call one day and asked me to, if we can get some guys together.
That is very, very cool. How? Just tell us, how much fun was it just getting to cut loose on a film?
For me, it was really fun because it took me out of the entertainment world for a long time, and there's a lot of stuff I can't do now. So to be able to come in here, bring some of my wrestling family with me, and I don't even know if words can really explain what I'm feeling, because it was very, very exciting to be part of this.
That's awesome. I can literally feel your energy and your excitement. I really can. So that is very cool.
I can't wait for the people to see it. It's going to be really, really good. You go see the movie.
Awesome. Thank you so much for a few minutes of your time. I can't wait to see the movie with everybody. Just one more time, tell everybody your name.
Name's Herb Legeri, and I played a Night Prowler.
Awesome. Herb, thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, look forward to seeing the movie with you.